Hi, Thomas here. I'm going to show you a tutorial very similar to the Batman build. I'm going to use a little different materials to show you variation, but this will be the subject matter of our build. I figured I might as well, since everybody's getting involved in Pokemon Go, to go ahead and build a Pokemon Go Light. Sure. My little brother was obsessed with Pokemon when he was younger. I don't know how many times I had to see the Pikachu party video. So this is going out to you, Tyler. Stuff you'll need for this build are similar to the Batman build. I'm going to show you a picture real quick. Of all the things that you're going to need. In those things there are different cutting devices, a heat gun, a rolling pin. Mine looks kind of weird because it's covered with a silicone mat. I'm using a glass top along with a mat. Obviously you'll need the Polly Plastic, and you'll also need what I'll show you right now, I guess. It's a piece of wood. I showed you that in the Batman build. I've already painted it gold using just spray paint, several coats of it. So this is going to be the background for our Pokeball. I'm going to mount something to it, then I'm going to mount the Pokeball on top of it, and then the light's going to glow from behind. So follow along with me as we build. Hopefully you'll try it yourself. Maybe this technique works a little better for you than the previous one. And let's catch them. One decent sized Pokeball. What's the point if you don't? Alright, so my plastic has cooled down now. I put it in the freezer to super chill it. I got this bowl because this is about the size of the Pokeball I want. Remember, it's only half of it, so if you go a little wider than you are tall, that's perfectly okay. All I'm going to do is put this to where it covers as much possible. Take my pencil. And it's kind of hard to see, but there is a very faint line that goes up and over. And I'm going to take my tin snips, cut along that line like so. Now I've got this weird, looks like oozingness. We're going to try, no we're not. We're going to go ahead and just use a ruler. I was going to try and make it curve. I don't really have enough material. It's okay. It's a straight on Pokeball. Alright, I'm going to line it up with the edge here. Draw a straight line across. I'm going to cut that out as well. Okay, so now I've got half of the Pokeball, and I'm going to actually use this as a template for when I do the red so that it's the exact same size. There's a little strip of black that goes in the middle of the Pokeball, and then there's a circle that goes over the top of that. So I'm going to make those pieces the exact same way I just made these and skip to where I attach them together. So stay with me. We're partially there. Alright, I'm going to use the red as the first one just so you can see it. It shows up a little better on the screen. I'm going to use the heat gun to heat it up, so to stick back to my glass. Just like that. Really, I'm not too worried about getting the edge over there. I just want to get right here where I'm fixing to touch this plastic to the other. Just like this. You see it smushes a little bit. Stick into it. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to heat it a little bit so it'll kind of sit flat. Make sure that middle's good and hot. I only get one shot at this to make it just right, so lay it down carefully. Then I'm just going to press it. Press it, press it, press it. I'm actually going to hold it there because it kind of feels like it wants to bubble up. So now these parts are joined. I didn't have to heat up the black, I just had to heat up that. So all I'm going to do is do the same thing and add the little ball, and then I'm going to attach it to the light. Alright, so this is what I ended up with. It's nice and cooled off. You may notice I've got a little Pokeball there. All I did was took the circles that I cut right here and put them together and cut a little piece of black. You can make pins and magnets and all kinds of little things with this, make little toys and stuff for your kids. But what I'm going to do now, I didn't show this in the list of items. This is metal duct tape. Don't get it confused with duct tape like the vinyl stuff. This is actually metal. So be careful when you use this. The reason I'm using this, I'm going to put it on the back side of the Pokeball. That way the light doesn't shine through this. I want it to shine around it. Plus, this kind of acts like a reflector, so hopefully it'll kind of intensify the light a little bit. I don't know. We're going to try it though. You can get this at Lowe's or any home improvement store really. It's meant for air duct work, but we're going to use it for craft work. I will say this about using it. Be careful, because it is sheets of metal, you can cut yourself using this tape. I've done it in the past. I actually use this on swords, making a wooden sword into a metal one by putting this over the top of it. I'm hoping that it's really sticky on the back. I'm hoping that this will bond to my little sculpt here real good, so I don't have to worry about it coming off of the light. Like so. Pushing down, and I missed a little bitty piece right here. I'm just going to overlap it. Okay. So now I've got this, and I'm hoping, yeah, there we go. It doesn't actually go through, it just shines around. So now I'm just going to trim this excess off, and we're going to mount it to the board, and we're going to be finished. I traced a circle on the back, took this off, then made sure that I had clearance on all sides to pull it in and out. So now we're going to take some Gorilla Glue again, and we're going to glue this to the front, making sure that we line it up so that that is in the middle. So I'm going to take my Gorilla Glue, and do realize that you don't have to go all the way down because there's going to be a gap. So go ahead and put some glue down. Just along the edges. And it's going to cover the wall mount hole. It's okay, because this thing's pretty light. It's not going to be a big deal if it gets covered over, because you can use one of those adhesive wall mount strips to get this on there just right. Alright. That almost looks like a Pokeball. Now we're going to take our Pokeball and put it in the center there. So I'm going to kind of hover over it. Remember that we put put this tape on there, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this stays stuck to the plastic. I'm just going to fill it in the indentation where the hole is for the middle ball. And let's see, the top is there. So I'm going to put it facing the camera, like so. And I'm also just going to hold this down. I really like Gorilla Glue. It pretty much sticks together anything you want. The reason I'm using Gorilla Glue instead of just heating the plastic up and putting it down there, one, I don't want the translucent center ball, but two, in a previous build I found out that when you're sticking it to these domes, I don't know if it's just a different type of plastic. It may be an acrylic dome, but it doesn't stick to it. It'll form to it really nice, but when it cools down, it'll just pop right off. So that's why I'm using Gorilla Glue to stick it down. Alright, and there we go. This is my Pokeball wall mount light. Let's turn the lights off so you can see it a little better. Yeah, it shines. It's glowing. This is Thomas. Remember to please go to polyplastics.com, check out the supplies, the different products that they offer. Also, like, subscribe, share. Let's try and get more subscribers in here so I can start building some cooler things, hopefully. Things that you would like. Maybe you like one of these. This was really cheap. You could actually use this other than buying the Polly Plastic and the dome light. You could mount this to anything, a plate, a piece of styrofoam board, really anything. It's really your imagination going. So hope you like it. Hope you try it. If you do, let me know in the description. Let me know how it goes. Remember to save all the scraps and stuff so you can make little Pokeballs. I simply, the little thing left over there, I made my own little tiny, I guess that would be like a badge. Let's see if it'll focus. You get the idea. It's a tiny Pokeball. I could put a little pin dill on the back of it. Once again, this is Thomas. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you try it out. And most importantly of all, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you have fun making stuff.